California Congressman Darrell Issa joins us this morning on the National Desk. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning, Jan. And I would say it's good to be back, but it's been kind of a rough start here in Washington.
It really has. Speaking of which, in 2018, after serving in the House for 18 years, you announced you were leaving Congress. You said you happily look forward to doing other things. What made you come back?
Well, the other things I was looking forward to was serving in the Trump administration. I was nominated to head an independent agency and then filibustered by the oh-so-honest Senator Bob Menendez. So after a year, when one of my colleagues resigned, it seemed like the two were coming together perfectly. Obstruction by the Senate and an opportunity to return to something that some people think I know how to do.
Let's start with the vaccination distribution in your state. I read that your 88-year-old mother was still waiting for one. Why?
Because it is a bureaucratic nightmare, and she's a very strong-willed person. And she said, if they're going to make me wait in lines at some super site, I'll wait until I can go and get it in the normal course at a doctor's office or a pharmacy. And she literally was describing how you would get it in West Virginia or South Dakota or some of the states that have just done it right and made the vaccine relatively easy to get at the place you would normally get a flu shot. Not California. They had to build a whole new bureaucracy with long lines and computer online waiting.
How do you feel your state's handled the pandemic?
My governor has single-handedly managed to miss every opportunity to miss opportunities. Vast amounts of money came into the state, millions of doses of vaccine, and we managed to be 44th to 46th in the nation in the rollout with more than 2.5 million doses in stock and not in arms. But more importantly, he continues to be unable to get our kids back to school. There's plenty of doses for all the teachers to get vaccinated, but he's kowtowing to the teachers union, as many Democratic governors are. And rather than the kids getting an opportunity for in person, what's happening in California is people are sending their kids to private schools because they have no choice. Private schools, some of them never closed. Public schools may never open again if the teachers union has their way. And I'll tell you one thing that's even more absurd. Under this remote learning, teachers get paid even if they cancel the day, the remote day, and go do something else. I didn't believe it the first time until I had it verified that the teachers union has even gotten one step further, which is they give the kids assignments and they don't show up even for Zoom learning. We've got to get our kids back to school. It's not going to happen with this governor.
Speaking of your governor, the man who organized the effort to recall your state's governor says that you guys have now 1.5 million signatures plus to have a special election this fall to recall him. Randy Economy said, quote, "We're going to continue to work as hard as we can and make sure Newsom is held accountable and to make sure our rights as an electorate are granted because we've done this heavy lifting to make sure that the special election is going to move forward." Will he be recalled?
He will be recalled. The team now has almost 2 million in hand. And as those get through the system, with many of the Democratic leaders vowing to invalidate as many as they can, we're still going to end up with more than 1.5 million as required by law. And that means that he will be on the ballot. If the election were held today, he would clearly be recalled. The direction California is going, it can only get worse.
I was going to say, the direction California is going, the very, very blue state of California did pick up some Republican seats this past election. And I read that you think the GOP is going to pick up more in 2022. But, Congressman, no matter who you are, California, as you know, plagued with lots of issues right now, from unemployment, billions of dollars in fraud. In that particular situation, you've got high levels of unemployment, as well as homelessness, and this mass exodus, it seems like, of businesses and people who are leaving. So where do you even begin to solve some of the state's issues?
Well, you know, if you ask somebody if they want to come to California, the answer is yes. If you ask them, are they coming, they say it costs too much, it's a business-unfriendly environment, the schools aren't very good. So you can go through all the reasons that people who want to come to California don't, or for that matter, why people are leaving. In any business, you do exit interviews. If you lose a customer, you call them up and say, "Why did you quit the account?" California knows why people move to Austin or Phoenix or Nashville. They've heard from them why they left. They just simply haven't changed what they're doing. If California quits digging a hole, they will almost immediately be the envy of the nation again. People want to be in California. This is the place to be, except for the government that has made it very, very difficult. I'll tell you, the amount of businesses that operate in 48 or 49 states but choose not to be in California is also growing. There are more and more services you can't get. I'll give you just one that's hard to believe. If you bought a diesel vehicle in California in 2005, they're refusing to relicense it. And as a result, these vehicles are moving to other states. Why? Well, because California wants to be different than every other state, even on something you bought in California. The list of those kinds of things, in addition to the lights going out literally, of course, people aren't going to come to California. But if you keep the lights on, you give people an opportunity to make a living, they will flock to California.
You've got a lot of work ahead of you as a congressman. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Jan.